Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's my first week in the house. I bought this 100-year-old house in the north of Portugal. It hasn't been lived in for about 20 years. There's a lot of rot, there's issues with the roof, there's issues with the walls, there's issues with the garden, there's issues all over. So I'm a little bit intimidated by getting into the house at the moment. As usual with Portuguese houses, it's colder inside than it is outside. So as it's currently January 2022 and the weather is pretty good for January, I'm going to focus on the garden first. Itchy nose. As you can see, the garden is a mess. Like I said, it's mud, it's wood, it's mud, it's wood, it's mud, it's mud and rubble. And there used to be outhouses which they demolished, so yeah, there's just rubble and wood. It's not dog safe. It's not remotely safe. So I really need to get that so that the dogs can play in the area and they don't step on glass or anything that might injure them. So that's going to be my first job in the house, is just kind of sorting out the garden and making it look more pretty. As you can see, the walls are bad, the rubble is intense, loads of wood that I've had to collect. So first off is just getting rid of the rubble and just tidying up. So it took me a long while, but I managed to get most of the rubble and the dangerous glass out of the way. So now, as you can see, the dogs are enjoying themselves. Set lots of fires, had lots of wood, so had a little bonfire every few days. This is just a portion of the mess and rubble that I collected from the garden. It's not even half of that. As you can see now, it's a little bit cleaner than it was, a little bit flatter than it was. So my first job to make it look pretty is to start having a lawn. So here I'm just experimenting with putting grass seed down and seeing what happens. I don't know if it will grow, hopefully it will, fingers crossed. The dogs are not helping me. Covering up the seeds so that the birds don't steal them, and let's see how it goes. My next job is to focus on the walls, because next door has chickens and my dogs they do like chickens. They like chickens a lot, a little bit too much, so I have to put up a barrier there to stop them being bad. So the temporary fix is just to put up some posts and then put green material across. This is going to stop them from kind of jumping over and getting too inquisitive. It's also going to give me a little bit of privacy from my neighbour and hide the state of the wall until I'm ready to render it. So the material is up. It doesn't look pretty, but it's a temporary fix and it does its job, so the dogs are not inquiring into the chickens next door. And as you can see, the garden is looking a little bit cleaner. And as if by magic, a couple of weeks later we have some grass. I also set up some borders, and beside the tree I laid down some bark, and behind the tree I'm planning on doing a vegetable garden. We'll see how we get on during the year to see if I have time to grow some vegetables. But I don't have a kitchen, so even if I do grow the vegetables, I can't cook them. The garden still leaves a hell of a lot of work, but I will leave you this week with the dogs making holes in the garden.